Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining and checking out my channel. Today I am going to be doing a video on how to get luminous skin, even using a matte foundation or any kind of foundation really. Just kind of my everyday routine where I make my skin look like it's glowing. Okay. I am like a sucker for highlighter. Sometimes it's extreme. It's okay though, because you can't glow too much, girl. So let's jump right into it. Hi! Okay, so for the first step, I know that a lot of people are like totally against this step. It's just like, why are you even doing this to your skin? It doesn't matter. It's your face. You can do whatever you want to. And today, I'm gonna be doing that. I am going to be adding some shimmer drops to my foundation. Now, I have two shimmer drops here. I got both of them off of Hush. If you don't know what Hush is, it is an app where you can buy basically makeup that is dupes for more high-end makeup. What I'm gonna be doing is I am going to be mixing my NYX Professional Total Control Drop Foundation with a little bit of this Glamour Pro Forever Magic Glow Drops. So what I'm gonna be doing is just dropping both of them on my face and blending them out together. Now, I've already primed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, my absolute fave. I don't know what I would do without it. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna start with the Total Drop Control foundation first, and I am just going to be dropping some like I normally would onto my face. Okay, so now I know I look totally funny. It's fine. It doesn't matter, you know? You gotta do you, boo. You gotta do what you gotta do to make yourself look beautiful. So I'm just gonna be taking a couple of drops of this glow drop thing-ish. Now, I'm not using a lot of it, just little dabs of it in random areas of my face because this stuff is super pigmented. So now I'm going to be blending it out with a little damp beauty blender that I have here. This is a smaller beauty blender than what I typically use, but I like it a lot because I can kind of get in where I want to go. So now I'm just going to start blending this all together. Make sure you're blending the Magic Glow Drops with your foundation. This is great to do if you don't like to wear a luminous foundation, but you want like a luminous glow, but still a matte finish. I found that this is super great. It's a super great technique for this. So here we are. We're just blending it out little by little. I really like the small one because I can really control where I have the product going. Now, as you can see, this is already blending out and it's kind of already giving me like a glow, which I absolutely love. I love, 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 love me a glow. Now, of course, I'm going to probably go over with more highlighter because you know me and my highlighter, I like to be lit. But, so it's taking a little bit longer to blend out just because I'm using the smaller sponge, but I promise you, it is a great technique. Oh, you guys, I'm already glowing and I love it so much. So like, let's say you had like 5 minutes to get ready, but you still wanted a luminous finish. This would be a great place to stop. Throw on some mascara, maybe powder the areas of your face that you know kind of already get oily throughout the day, no matter what. For me, that's like my T-zone and right around my nose and like my smile lines. It gets really, really oily, which, what can you do? You know, it's your skin. You can't make it do something it doesn't want to do. So, alright, so now that that is all blended out, you guys look at how luminous it already looks. I am obsessed. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple more of the drops of this foundation that I have here, and I'm just going to go over, without adding any of the glow drops, go over in any areas that I want just a little extra coverage. Just a little bit of product because this product is really buildable, but I don't want to make it too full coverage today. I'm just gonna blend this out just over the areas that I added it. I have a little bit of redness over here on my cheeks. Hate that. It is what it is though. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Blend that out till you don't got any no more. I'm loving how luminous this foundation is. I love this alternative just because like a lot of people have oily skin, and to use like a luminous foundation to make your skin glow like this is not the best for like your skin type, but this is a great alternative. Even if you can wear luminous foundation but you don't want to, this is a great, like that's me. I can wear both. I'm fine. My skin type is fine. I'm like kind of combination sometimes. Usually it's pretty normal to dry. It really just depends on the weather actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some of my Shape Tape concealer. This is in the shade Fair, if you guys are wondering. I don't know if there's anyone that watches that is as pale as me, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna blend this out. Okay, so I am gonna take my Airspun finishing powder, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to bake the places of my face that normally get really, really oily, or they get lines throughout the day where the foundation kind of settles in. So I'm gonna do it to my under eye. I'm gonna just focus on the under eye. Try not to focus much further than like where you would naturally highlight your face, because we're actually gonna put the glow drops on top to highlight. But with that being said, a liquid over a powder sometimes does not work well. So just really focus this in just your under eye area. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin, a little bit around my smile lines, and a little bit up here in my T-zone. And what I'm going to do just to set the rest of my face, because I don't want to actually bake and mattify all of my face, I just want to kind of get just some of the areas set a little bit more. I'm going to take this small Morphe brush. This is the E8 brush from Morphe, and I am just going to take and put a little bit of pat product on my brush and just kind of sweep it around where I want to set my face. You guys see that? Wow. And I'm just kind of dusting this really lightly where you just set, just kind of packing it on and then dusting it away. I'm also going to set my eyelids, because sometimes if you don't set them, that concealer and that foundation will crease, and it is not cute. Cause your eyeshadow to crease as well and not go on as well. So go ahead and set your eyelids. I'm going to dust away that bake from my forehead, and then I'm just going to take this really big fluffy brush from Morphe. This is their M527 brush. I'm going to get a little bit of product on it and just kind of go over everything I just set and dust away any excess and get any spots that I missed. So then I'm going to go ahead and dust away my bake from under my eyes. And I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but it is matte, but it's still very luminous underneath. You have like this really cool glow that's going on and happening there. So now I'm going to be moving on to the contouring. I'm going to be taking my Morphe R10 brush, and I am just going to be using my NYX Cheek Color in Taupe like I always do for my contouring. This brush actually gives you more of a defined line when you contour, so if you want to be more completely bronzed or like just got more of like a gradient glow, you could use a bigger brush if you want, but today I want to be doing kind of more of a defined because we're focusing more on the highlighter and the glow of your face. So I'm just focusing from my hairline down, really getting that product in, and then blending it out. I'm making sure to go in a straight line as well, because that will slim down your face. When you kind of curve it around your cheekbone like this, it tends to make your cheeks look bigger and your face look actually fatter. So learn that the hard way. So I just blended that out, I know it's really like defined and crazy. Let's blend it some more. You can never blend too much, that's my opinion. Okay, moving on. So I'm gonna be taking the Morphe I'm gonna get this right. The Morphe M437 brush from Morphe. I said that 3 times already. Just leave that in there, you know? That is reality. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a little bit of product, and I'm going to focus this right up here in my temple area, around my forehead, make it look skinny. Because who wants a 5 head, you know? I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I can't judge you. Can't judge someone's heart. Oh, I forgot to do my eyebrows. I always do that for my contour. Whew, I'm a hot mess today. Okay. That's alright. We're a hot mess together. Everyone's partially a hot mess, even if they hide it. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit up here on my forehead to even out what I did on my cheeks. Now for a really important step when you want your face to glow. Add some blush, girl. Okay, sorry, so much sass today. So I'm taking the Fit Me. I need to get a new one. I'm taking the Fit Me blush in shade, who knows because it's so old, medium nude. No, stay on. Whatever. You know, you need to get new makeup when the lids don't even work anymore. So I'm just going to be taking this and starting on the apple of my cheek, I'm going to kind of dust it up into my contour. I personally love this light pink shade because it is just so subtle and it doesn't look like you just put like, you know, on your cheeks. You don't look like a clown when you're done, which is always a good goal. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have already done my nose contour and now we're moving on to my most favoriteest part of all time. Highlighting. Okay, let's go. So I am going to be using the same drops to highlight my face that I put with my foundation. This is, by the way, so you guys know I forgot to tell you earlier, this is in the shade 1, this is shade Moonlight. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to place a little bit on my hand. And I'm actually going to be mixing it with some of my other highlighter. I'm going to take the clean side of the Beauty Blender, the one that doesn't have powder on it from where I baked, because sometimes that just is a bad combination on my face. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by number 1, just dipping a little bit into my Beauty Blender. Not too much. I'm kind of like blending it around. I'm not adding more product. I know it looks like I am. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight from here to here. You don't want to go above your cheekbone. You want to go on the highest point of your cheekbone. So with a really, really light hand, I'm just going to begin to dab this on. The key to this, to not make it mess up kind of where you set your powder and set your foundation, is to do it with a really, really light hand and don't swipe up and down, but pounce your Beauty Blender off your face. So I'm going to do the same thing just with a really light hand on my other cheek. So now I am going to apply it to my forehead in the areas that I kind of want the glow. This is where you can kind of stop if you would want to, if you don't want to highlight that much of your face. But if you really kind of want to go for that like crazy luminous skin look that I'm going for in this video, you can do this. So you never kind of, let me explain where you want to highlight, where you don't want to highlight. You never want to kind of highlight this area because it naturally already gets oily as is. So if you put highlighter in this area, it's just going to kind of look like it's prematurely oily. So let's just do that same technique that we used on our cheeks and just highlight that area of our forehead that we want to be glowy. Glowy. We want to be able to see you from the sun. See how that is like, it's not creating a bunch of glow here, but it's creating glow in all the right places. I like to add it just in a little spot. I'm going to dab the excess right kind of where the T-zone begins at the very bottom. to kind of bring out that dip.